Hello, everyone. It's me, Miss Crystal, and welcome back to Miss Crystal's podcast program, where we are on, believe it or not, episode 4. Give it up for Safety Man for being here for 4 times in a row. That's one thing about Safety Man. When I placed him in that chair, he stayed there. You can't get that if you hire a bodyguard, the bodyguard's not going to stay there 24 hours a day. The bodyguard's not going to accept having no pay while you sit somewhere in a chair for days on end. Now, what I do is, I always try to be completely transparent with everyone here on Miss Crystal's podcast program, and that's MCPP. Some of you may have been under the impression that I live here at this studio. And I don't. I live in a trailer with Tammy, just like I always have. Now, I did come into a little bit of money with being a co-host of Trailer Tales and also my crafting business. And I was able to rent this very small apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment here in Nashville, and I'm not going to say the address. That would be very dangerous. But when I'm not here at the studio, and there's a bathroom right there. It has a bathroom and a little kitchen. I leave Safety Man sitting there by the window. And maybe I'll show you the window. I'll move the camera over later. I make it look like somebody's living here because my neighbor upstairs, Mr. Elgin and Mr. George, they keep an eye on this place when I'm gone, but they don't know that I'm in here doing a podcast. They think I'm just a lady on the go. They think, man, she's really gone a lot. And that's because I do not live here. I live elsewhere. And that might upset some people because some people can't afford one home. Well, I have one trailer home that I live in, that I pay rent in, and then I pay rent for this very small apartment. And that seems unfair probably to some people. But I am a co-host again of a very successful podcast that's on every single week. It's a regular podcast that's on every week called Trailer Tales. And that's why I'm able to afford this. I just wanted to clear that up because some people are like, I thought you lived with Tammy. I do. And maybe some parts of my life I should keep more private. But I just wanted to be clear that I do not live here in this podcast studio apartment. There is a functioning kitchen here that I don't use because, frankly, I just, I put drinks in there in the fridge and then I go back to my trailer home. Now, earlier today, there is at Walmart, they have like a sensory hour. It's between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. And that is time at Walmart where there's not a lot of loud stuff, and a lot of elderly people like myself go there during this time because there's not kids screaming. There's not a lot of weird stuff going on. And I was in there, and also one of the good things about going this early, even though there's a lot of elderly people going in there at the same time, there's a lot of scooters. And I like to use a scooter when I go shopping. I don't like to walk around. Why would you walk around the store when you can ride? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I go in, I get my scooter. I have to unplug it because I always have it, charging overnight. Riding around, getting my things. I'm getting a couple, business things that I can write off my taxes, a calendar, some sticky notes, but the great value version because they're cheaper. I'm like, what other things do I need? in my podcast studio that I could get here. Thumbtacks. Um, Drinks. I like to get Aiden his own drink. He likes to drink sugar-free Red Bull, so I'm stocked up on that. And first of all, there's no reason that sugar-free Red Bull or any Red Bulls um, should cost what they cost. I bought a pack of them, and it was $47. And I became immediately irate. I'm going to be honest. Because what is it? Water, sugar, and probably some kind of extreme caffeine. And you're going to charge me $47 at Walmart? You could buy a couch cheaper at Walmart than you could buy Red Bull. But I'm not going to have Aiden ever going on TMZ and saying, Miss Crystal got me some great value Red Bull or made me drink water. That was the first thing that pissed me off, was seeing the cost. Because I looked and I thought, $47, this must be a mix-up. This must be in the wrong spot. And turns out that it was in the right spot, and that's how much it was. And then Walmart has this thing where they say, like, it has a little thing next to it. It's like everyday value. That's not an everyday value, Walmart. You know how much a everyday value would be? $5. I put the Red Bull in my scooter. Then I'm like, okay, let me go to the garden center and get some bird food. Get the bird food. Go to the food center. Get, whatever I'm going to get. I don't get Little Debbie snack cakes anymore, even though I want to. Apparently, it's not good for your health to eat a snack cake. Then I get up there, and this lady starts I get up to the front, and this lady starts waving me. Come over here, ma'am. I'll check you out. And I said, I don't want you to check me out. I want to go to the self-checkout because I'm used to it. You can skim a couple dollars off the top. You know what I mean? She goes, nope, they're all closed. You got to come over here. I said, well, I don't want you to check me. I said it in a nice way. I don't want you to check me out. She said, ma'am, you're either coming over here to me in aisle 7 or you're not getting your items. And I said, okay. So I roll up there and I take out the bird seed. I take out the other little things, the thumbtacks, and I leave the Red Bull sitting in the little corner. And I kind of take my purse, my pocketbook, and put it over there so you can't see it. And I push because there's 2 directions on the cart. There's forward, and then you push it back and it starts going beep, 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 and I'm going to get off on a tangent. Scooter makers, don't make the beep on it. So don't even put it. I was going to say, don't make it so loud. We don't need a beep on a scooter. I am not a trash truck. I'm a human being that's on a scooter. You put a beep on a scooter as if I am a heavy wheel vehicle that's going to back over a small child and kill them. If this scooter accidentally backs onto a child, they'll be fine. It's not necessary to put the loudest beep you've ever heard on a mobility scooter. If you know what I'm talking about, please in the comments write, I know what you're talking about. Because I'm riding on the scooter and it's already embarrassing that I have to ride a scooter. Because people will look at you and judge you and they'll say, you're riding that because you're lazy and fat. And while that may be true, I don't need to be judged for that. So I'm sitting in an aisle. How many tangents am I going on? I'm in an aisle and there's a handsome guy, and I get to the point where I have to back up a little bit because I've kind of cornered myself and I push the thing backwards. Beep, beep, beep. Then he looks over at me and we make eye contact and I'm thinking he's going to fall in love with me and he hears that beeping And he turns his head and walks away. And I don't know who's making these scooters. It used to be Rascal. I don't know who it is, but what I'm trying to say is the beep isn't necessary. The velocity of these scooters is not fast enough where if I back up onto someone or something, it's not going to harm them. It's not. Take the beep off of the mobility scooter. It's not necessary. Take the little beeper that you're putting on these mobility scooters and put them on a trash truck. Put them on a UPS truck. Put them on an Amazon truck. But don't put them on a small cart that an elderly woman is riding on. I might as well be driving through Walmart saying, "Hey, everyone, look at me. I'm fat." All right. So, anyway, I got off on that tangent. I'm up at the front. I'm hiding the Red Bull because it is $47. And the lady says, "Did you," and I don't know why they say this, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" And I said, "Yes." And again, I don't know why they asked that because what if I said, "No, actually, I was looking for a nice blouse with a cat on it." Would she then go to the clothing section and look for it? Why are you asking me that? To be polite, just say, "Hi, how are you?" You don't have to say, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Okay." And she starts, ringing up everything. And she goes, "Oh, you forgot something in your cart." And I thought, well, this is exactly why I wanted to go into the checkout over there so that I could not scan this in. And I said, "Oh," I tried to act surprised. "Oh, I must have forgotten that." She goes, "How could you forget it? It looks like you put your purse right over it." And I said, "Ma'am, just let me write my check and get the hell out of here." And so I had to put the Red Bull, the sugar-free Red Bull on the conveyor belt and check it out. So what I'm saying is if you're in need of any crafts, go to Crystal's Creations LLC's .com right now and see if there's anything on there you like. Because you can't have Aiden come over here and not get him a sugar-free Red Bull. And I'm not able to afford the amount of Red Bull that this young man can drink, is what I'm saying. Um, so that wasn't it at Walmart. So then I go forward. It doesn't beep, thankfully. I'm taking the cart out to my car, and I hit a threshold because I had parked way back there. I thought I'm going to get exercise going in. And the thing stops moving. And there was an employee. He was taking all the baskets, and I said, "Hey, my cart's broken." He said, "Oh, they have a thing on there now that the wheels stop if you go out of the distance of the, too far from the store." I said, "Well, how am I supposed to get to my car, sir?" He said, "Well, you could walk." I said, "If I could walk, I wouldn't be on this scooter, would I?" And it was at that point I had to get up and walk, which pissed me off. Why would you have a scooter and then it doesn't roll all the way to your car? So I just, and I hate to get on here first thing and start complaining, but two things. Let's recap here. Take the beep off the scooter and let me take the scooter to my car. And also, there's a thing called a governor, and I don't know if you know about this. On many cars and trucks, they'll have a thing called a governor. And what it is, it's not a political person. It's a little mechanism inside of an engine that keeps you from going over a certain speed. Take the governor off the scooter because right now it's going negative 1 mile an hour. I need it to go anywhere between 5 and 10 because it's embarrassing. I can actually walk faster than some of these scooters roll. And because these scooters belong to Walmart and they're not personal scooters of people don't take care of them. They crash them into stuff, hit the end cap, running over plastic bags, and the plastic bags are getting caught up in the wheels. I never thought I would be so passionate about scooters. But here we are today, early morning recording today, 11 a.m. recording, and talking about scooters. And that's one great thing about Safety Man. He doesn't have to ride a scooter. He's got strong legs, strong hands, and we appreciate that about him. And we don't judge people for needing scooters. That's another thing I'd like to convey. We don't judge people for using a scooter. Do I judge you for using methamphetamines? Maybe a little. Do I judge you for being an alcoholic and you're blackout drunk at every family event you go to? Probably. Do I judge you for missing several teeth? No, because I'm missing teeth. And this, I got this tooth put back in and it's screwed in there. But then all these teeth right here, I went to the dentist the other day. There's about 5 teeth hooked on this bridge. Guess what? It's about to break off. He goes, well, we'll just ride with it and wait till it breaks off instead of taking it. And I said, well, that's great. That's going to be another $20,000 I'm spending. Was that a rant? I feel like that should have been titled Rant. And I'm sorry, every time I come on this damn podcast, and this is a podcast that comes out every Monday, I complain. And I'm sorry for that. But I feel like I don't have nowhere else to complain. I don't have a group of friends that I quilt with and complain. I don't go to church that often. I try to go, but not that often. But let's get a little positivity. Let's do the hunk of the week this week. All right, this week's hunk of the week, and I said this in the beginning, the hunk of the week doesn't have to be a man hunk, even though traditionally the word hunk is reserved for men, and usually the word hunk, we don't even really say that no more. That was more of an 80s term. You'd see a guy, maybe you're at a carnival and a guy's wearing a real short jean shorts and he's got like a half shirt on. You're like, ooh, he's a hunk. They don't really say that much anymore. But this person is a woman, and she is a woman that has been in my life for a while. And if you've ever been on to a Tammy comedy show, you will have seen this woman working merch. You will have seen this woman helping with the VIP meetings. What's it called? Meet and greet. You will see this woman telling people to put their damn phones away when they ain't supposed to have them out. You will see this woman giving hugs. You will see this woman taking selfies. You will see this woman helping me in the alley sometimes with my creations when I have a line of people, maybe 2 or 3 people, and the business is booming, and she'll come out there and help me. And this woman is none other than Beth Franks. And I'm going to put a picture right here. Maybe a couple pictures of her. This is one of the most hard-working women that I have ever met in my life. Besides me. I'm pretty hardworking. But she plans the Tammy tours. She books every single hotel, whether it be a Super 8, Motel 9, One time we stayed at a place called the Royal Lodge, and it was neither royal nor lodge. I think people had been killed in there. She drives from city to city. She one time we were in Tacoma and I had forgotten that I was going to go out on stage with Tammy later that night, and I had went over to Fantastic Sam's, got my hair done. She bleached it to oblivion. My hair was messed up, and I said, "You got to help me. You got to help me." And she went and found me a thing to wear over my head, a pair of sunglasses. I mean, just perfect. But she's doing all of this out of the kindness of her heart. And she's getting paid, but she also is doing it out of the kindness of her heart. She's taking care of that little dog that Tammy has, that little Gary, who constantly lies. I've never met a dog that lies as much as Gary. He invented the Constitution, Gary said. He said he knew Jesus when he was alive. He said he's a vampire. Just very bizarre behavior from a dog. She takes care of the damn dog. And anytime I need something, this woman is there for me, for Tammy, for her Tina, who also tours. Just a beautiful gal. And that doesn't matter if she's beautiful or not. She could be a hunk and not be beautiful. But she's a hunk because she's a hard worker. She loves people. She loves her own little dog, whose name is Millie. She's got 3 legs now. The damn dog had to get her leg cut off. And walked around better than she did when she had 4 legs, which is wild. Also, she Beth enjoys a cocktail every couple nights. There is a damn gnat in here, and that's fine. And we don't care that she enjoys a cocktail. But she don't get sloppy drunk where she can't work. She's still slinging merch. She's still letting people grab her tit. She's still taking. I mean, the woman's doing a full-time job at the Tammy show. You'll see her when you come this fall. She's doing a full-time job selling everything and then doing a meet and greet of her own, taking pictures, hugging people, saying, "I love you. Thanks for coming." Also, she's on high alert. So if someone comes in there that's acting kind of squirrely, she'll come back and say, "Hey, there's a weird guy, kind of smells funky. He's, I don't think he has a ticket. I don't think he's supposed to be in here." She'll come back and tell us. There is a damn little bug crawling on that lens. What in the hell? Now get the hell out of here. So shout out to Beth Franks. If you go on the internet, you can probably find her. I'll put her link somewhere. You can find her and tell her, "Hey, what's up, BF?" That's Beth Franks. Congratulations to Beth Franks for being our first female hunk of the week. Maybe I'll even sing her a little song right now. I'm gonna be frank about Beth Franks. She is my friend until the end. I want you to know that I want you to know that she will glow when she's working at a Tammy show. See how that ended up? We didn't think that song was going to go anywhere, and then we bam, 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 rhymed 3 words in a row. And then just rhymed again. With the conclusion of Hunk of the Week, we will now go on to my favorite segment, Figuring Out the Figurine. And this week's figurine, I'm so mad I haven't been able to push the 30-minute timer button. Ding, ding, ding yet. Somebody gave this to me at a show, too. I don't remember who it was, so if it was you, leave your name in the comments. This isn't your typical everyday figurine. This is a plate. Not a plate that you eat off of. You would never eat an egg off this or pieces of cheese. This is strictly for display. Damn, I need to get my other glasses on so I could see here. Moving ever so slowly. Okay, this says date to and from, but nobody ever wrote on it. Uh-oh. It says in compliance with the U.S. FDA standards, this item is not to be used for food use. All right. Article may poison food. Excuse me, precious moments. If there's poison on here, don't sell it. And if you're going to say that it has poison on it, maybe make the words bigger. Because even with my other glasses, I could barely see that. Don't sell poisonous plates. Because you might have a child that sees this and says, that is cute. I'm going to play tea party with that. And then they put food on here and become poisoned. Then their parents are arrested and go through court because they found poison in their body. Little do they know this was the culprit. How many erroneous court cases have gone on where parents are charged with murder because their child played with something that had poison on it? I'm really starting to think about this. I know this is figuring out the figurine, and I guess we really are figuring it out. We're trying to figure out how many people have gone to jail for life because their child can't read this small print. Their child can't read because they're a child. A child can't say, oh, I don't want to put my food on this because it says poison for decoration use only. They don't know that. Children just know that this is small, this is cute, and it's the perfect size to play tea party. I really should vet these things before I just pick, I go over to one and I do my hand like this. And whichever one compels my hand, that's the one I pick up. Well, this is the one. It has this really cute little stand that I bought where you can display it like this. Look how cute that is. And it has a little precious moment child that is holding a string of hearts. And it says, you have touched so many hearts. Yeah. So has the parent that's serving life in prison for involuntary manslaughter for buying this for their child, and then their child accidentally passed. I don't want to talk about children passing. It's a very sad subject. I'm just trying to make you aware. Check your children's toys. Always check them. If I had a child, I would definitely never put this out for them to play with. And I know in my grandmother's curio cabinet, I would go in there all the time, even though she said, if you go in there, I'll beat you. I'll beat you. You touch anything in there, because it was very expensive things in there. Where was I going with this? Basically just saying, you never know what's going to kill you. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And don't let your children play with poisonous toys. In the 80s, McDonald's, Burger King, all these places sold these souvenir glasses. And guess what? Come to find out, they all damn lead in it. It's like, no wonder we're all so screwed up. We're drinking out of Muppet glasses that contain straight lead. Let's get back to figuring out this figurine. Did someone hand paint this? Oh, you can interrupt any segment to tell me, folks, that we have hit that 30-minute marker where we can just both go, where he could take a drink of that $37, $47 Red Bull, and I could take a drink of my Sonic. And it's not the same as when you go to work and it's like you get off at 5, but it's 4:45 and you're like, whew, I'm almost done working. It's not that kind of thing. It's not like I'm hurrying to get out of here. It's glad I'm giving you 30 minutes of product at least, which is what I say every week. You will get at least 30 minutes, rain or shine. I'm here until I'm not. And that's my declaration. Anyway, now that we have that out of the way, let's keep looking at how cute this is. It does not feel like it was hand painted. It feels like maybe it is a sticker, which makes me sad. And I'm actually thinking about throwing this away now that it is poison, because that is now all over my hands. And we are faced with a decision here. Do I throw this beautiful little figurine away that someone gave me at a show or sent to me in the mail? I'm not sure which one. Or do I put it on my shelf and hope a little child doesn't come in here in my studio, pick it up, put a cookie on it and say, I'm having a tea party. Look at me, mummy. And then they eat the cookie. And we all know what happens after that. So this is awkward. I'll just place it over here for right now. I'm placing it over there. Maybe I'll make a little sign that says, do not touch. But again, children cannot read because they are both dumb and they don't know how to read yet. And that's just a joke. Don't type in the comments, kids aren't dumb. If they're not dumb, how come they don't know how to glue right? That's something that's always bothered me about children. Children do not know how to glue. When I was a child, we had paste. We had a little bucket. We take the thing out, go like this, glue it. Now you see a child take a big giant glue bottle and just start squeezing it everywhere and getting piles and piles of glue everywhere and wasting it. You think glue grows on trees, little child? You think your mom or dad can afford you just squeezing out so much glue that the entire paper, which is approximately, let's see, you got a child that has a piece of paper like this that they need to glue. They put that paper there and then they just start squeezing that glue out everywhere. And the glue's covering this whole thing, and then they place it on the paper and the glue goes everywhere. So before you start defending children, remember how much glue they use and say to yourself, maybe I was right in not defending a child. Just don't defend a child because they can't glue and they cannot read yet. You'll notice a theme in these 4 podcasts. A lot of man hate in the first couple, and on this one, some child not being nice to children. And that's because I'm acting out. I'm lashing out because there's something inside of me that is not whole or complete. Maybe I'm lashing out at children because I didn't have children. Maybe I'm lashing out at children because I thought, oh, I don't ever want a child because I'll have to take care of it. And will they love me forever? Or will there come a time when the child will discover that my soul is black? And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying sometimes children will think that about their parents. Or maybe I don't want a child because I think I don't have enough love in my heart to give a child. So don't get upset with me. I'm already upset with myself because I'm lashing out at children for no reason at all. Children are God's creations. This is a little I mean, precious moments are children. All precious moments are little children that are praying and doing God's good thing. And here I am bashing a child. And I get mad at people that are bashing me or trolling me on the internet. And what am I doing now to children? The same thing. So I'm taking a deep look into my own self and into my own soul right now, and I'm just going to say, if you are a little child and you're watching this, first of all, you shouldn't be. It's not a children's program. If you're a child and you heard anything I said before about children not being able to glue or read or they're dumb, I'm sincerely sorry. And I'm going to look directly into the camera and say this. I'm sorry, little child. I was lashing out because something inside of me is empty and broken. It has nothing to do with you. You are perfect the way you are. You are sent from God above. What are some other things that people say about kids? You're a miracle. It's me. It's not you. That's what many people have told me in my life. It's not you. It's me. I sincerely apologize to every child in the world, everywhere, from here in every country in the world. I don't know how many countries there are. There are many. And there are some countries where there are some atrocities happening to children. And here I sit bashing children. So I am really I'm a piece of shit. Is what I'm trying to say to you. I am a piece of shit. I'm acknowledging that right now. I'm going to beep out the word shit because there might be a child watching, because I've said, hey, little children of the world, come watch now so I can apologize. I'm going to cut about half of this episode. Right when I started to go off on a tangent about how children are dumb, I'm going to cut and then I'm going to start again. Children are a joy and a miracle. People love them. And I am a broken, soulless human being. And I'm going to be honest. Safety man told me to say all that. Guy hates kids. He hates kids, and that's him. Don't put this on me. I love kids. I love them. They're every time I see a kid in the store, I think, man, I wish I had my own child right now to push around in a cart. Every time I see a mother with several kids trying to load them into a car at a Walmart, she's putting one in a car seat, and I think, man, I wish I could have a child or two or three. Every time I see a child that's just screaming on an airplane, I think, and I'm gonna be honest, when I hear that, I think I'm glad I don't have kids. But all the other situations, I'm like, maybe I should have had kids. But on an airplane, let's not scream. And I'm just gonna stop talking about children in case I just get canceled. And that will take me right on to some voicemails. We are going to hear some voicemails to sort of just clear the palate here, and make you forget that I am dark-sided. Remember that lady on that one program? She's like, you're dark-sided. You know what I'm talking about? Voicemail. It's time for the voicemail. Everybody thinks, oh, Miss Crystal's so sweet and nice. Well, don't go to episode 4 of her podcast. Trash. She's a trash human being. All righty. Let's listen to this one right here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Miss Crystal, we were calling about your car's extended warranty. It seems that it's been expired. Would you like to renew your car's extended warranty? You know, those pesky engines and transmissions seem to be going out constantly. So please give us a call back. to extend your warranty. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. First impressions of this caller. I don't think that you are really from Ireland. And I think you're trying to sound like you are. You sound like you are trying to sound like a mix between a leprechaun and a hobbit or some other mythical thing. So now that we got that out of the way, how do you know about my extended warranty? And how do I call you back because you did not leave a number? You mean to tell me that there are people that know when my warranty is over on my vehicle besides the car company? Because I know the people up at my car place and you don't sound like them. And I think maybe you're trying to scam me. And I'll just be real with y'all. This isn't the first call I've got about my warranty, my extended warranty. And the last time it happened, the guy called and he said, go up to Walmart and get me $1,000 worth of Apple gift cards, which I did. Apparently, that's a red flag. And I didn't know that at the time. I was just trying to get an extended warranty. Well, I ended up losing $1,000 because I bought all those Apple gift cards. And I kept saying, how do you know it's a scam? And it said, Crystal. It was actually Tammy and Dave who told me, Crystal, anytime somebody over the phone asks you for an Apple gift card, they're scamming you. And I said, but it was for $1,000. Most of the games on Apple are 99 cents. I know the Words with Friends, that's the most expensive one I play, and that's like $9 a month. You're telling me this guy's going to buy $1,000 worth of games on Apple? I said, there's no way this is a scam. This is for my car warranty. And Dave said, Crystal, you drive a 1974 Plymouth. The extended warranty ended over 35 years ago. And I was like, you know what, Dave? For once in your life, you are right. I can't believe I said it. But so I know whoever this caller is, I know you're a scam caller because I don't have an extended warranty anymore. And your accent was a big red flag. So you didn't get me this time, buddy. Try something different. Maybe try a romance scandal. I fall for those all the time. You want to try to get me, do that. All right. Let's see here.
Hey, Miss Crystal, this is Haley. I have a serious concern with that last voicemail that I just heard. I couldn't even finish the video, I'll tell you. Barnaby, is it? We all know that's a fake name.
Barnaby.
Sir, if you're gonna call Miss Crystal and you're gonna leave threats about her precious moments, you better come correct and you better come with a real name, sir. This is malicious, okay? And Miss Crystal does not, she does not even deal with Diamond anymore. Diamond stole a bunch of money from me too.
Oh God.
She's shady. She's a liar. She tried to steal my precious moments when we were kids. I only had 2 at the time. She's vicious. Barnaby, fake name. Don't be calling Miss Crystal. Mm-hmm. This is uncalled for. Okay, she won't check her voicemail again and keep doing it.
Right.
And we won't have it.
Thank you.
By the way, Miss Crystal, I wanted to also say that little kitty figurine, he's just a good one. That's what he's doing. He's just sitting there going, "Oh, I'm just a good little kitty." Okay. That's all I had to say. And Barnaby, try it again. Thank you. I love this program. Love you, Miss Crystal. Bye.
Thanks for calling, honey. Listen, if y'all don't know what she's talking about, go back to episode 1 where Barnaby called and threatened me. And we all know, this caller knows, I know, you all know, that Barnaby is not his real name because nobody has the name Barnaby anymore. And secondly, don't call making threats. And I appreciate you standing up for me. And that took a lot. That was brave of you to call and basically stand on business. And I appreciate you. You didn't say your name. Callers, please leave your names. How am I supposed to know who you are? Leave your name. I might not even have a podcast after this, after everybody watches how I just destroyed children. And I didn't destroy children. What I should have said was how I talked bad about children. Okay, let's move on here. I'm digging myself in a grave.
Hey, Crystal. My name is Doris, and I was just sitting here on the toilet taking a shit, thinking about you. I feel like me and you have a spiritual connection. I also travel around. I love to crochet, and I have a cat as well. And I have no friends, and I was thinking maybe me and you could be best friends. We could go to the park together. We could crochet together. We could have cat play dates together. Well, just let me know. Call me back. Bye.
Caller, I feel so blessed that you left your name Doris. However, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You do not, if you call this podcast, I will never expose you. I will never put your information out there. I'll never give your phone number. But I don't think Doris is your real name. And the reason I say that is because I haven't met a Doris that is under the age of 85. And you did not sound like you sounded like you were 20 to 30. You don't have to say a fake name. You can say your real name. You don't have to say your last name. You don't have to say, my name is so-and-so, so-and-so. Just say your real first name. I'll never sell your data because I don't even know how. If somebody came to me and said, hey, we want to buy the data of all your voicemail callers, I would not know how to give that data away. Aiden might, but he doesn't have access to my iPad. And that's a promise from me to you. I'll never sell your data, at least not this data. If I have some other kind of like email stuff, maybe. But this, I'll never sell this. And then to address your other things, we sound like we could be friends, although I'm offended that you said, I'm just like you. I have no friends. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. Thanks for calling, honey. Maybe we can go to the park someday. Even though I hate going to the park, it's hot. Thank you, Doris. That's your real name. Uh-oh.
Such a fan of. My name is Abigail Jean, and I'm such a fan.
I'm stopping. I do not believe that your name is Abigail Jean. People are saying names that are of very, very elderly people that you would meet at a church potluck or a church social, women's social, where it's a group of 90 to 100-year-old women talking about, I don't know what they're talking about. Hello, Doris, come on over here. Look at my new pocketbook. I have a pocketbook that has some money in it. That's what you hear at a church women's social. But if that's your name, I'm sorry I said that.
Your knitting, and I have a request. I don't see it in your inventory, but I have breasts that are different sizes, and I don't mean cups. I mean, they go down to different levels in my body. And I was wondering, could you make me or knit me a bra, a cute little top, that'll accentuate that one may stop above my belly button and one stops below. Do you have something maybe of the cattywampus creation that might support me and maybe have a built-in ditty bag where I can carry at least a couple cigarettes or a few coins so that I might be able to get me a Diet Coke? I just have to watch my sugar. But I just am so pleased to see that after the local swap buy and sale radio, I can pop on Miss Crystal's podcast program once my nephew, of course, helps me set it up. He's so sweet. But I just look forward to hearing from you again. My name is Abigail Jean from Georgia, and I just can't wait to hear from you. Bye-bye now.
Well, that is a Georgia peach right there. What a lovely, lovely woman. I can't even remember anything you said because all I could think about was your cute little accent. Oh, you had Connie Wampus. What's it called? You got misshaped breast. One's longer than the other, and if anybody knows about a long breast, it's me. You know, I have a whole 10-minute joke about it. Because there ain't nothing better than a long. But I can start working on something for you, Abigail. It's going to take me a while because I have a lot of other orders. You know, my Crystal's Creations LLC website is booming, and pretty much everything on there is sold out. So I will try to work on this crocheted bra. I don't knit; I only crochet. So I'll see what I can do. As far as having enough space for maybe a cigarette or some change, I'm probably going to have to put some sort of silken insert in there, and I'll figure it out. But I'll put it on the site, and I'll let you know when that's up and ready for you to purchase. And thank you all for your calls today. There's some really nice calls. A lot of fake names. That's okay. I mean, you never can be too safe on the internet. I mean, I signed up for TikTok, and they act like I committed a national crime. It's like, oh, China's going to get all your information. It's like, what information? If they're going to be spying on me through my phone, which, by the way, where is my damn phone? I downgraded. I got a flip phone now, so you ain't going to see nothing through my phone. You're going to see me sitting on my couch eating food and watching TV. Wow, is that national security? I don't know. And that brings me to my creation of the week. And I want to share one of my very first creations I ever made. This is what got me into creating. This is the creation that got me into creating. And I saw a pattern for this many years ago, and I thought, that is the cutest damn thing I've ever seen. You know, I love making tissue box covers. You know, I love making toilet paper covers because I don't like going into someone's bathroom and seeing this sitting there. You know what it makes me think of? People wiping their butts. And I don't want to think about that. I want to think about my own butt. I don't want to think about, oh, Aunt Helen was just in here tearing it up and she just used the same toilet paper and there might be a little bit of poop on there. I don't want to think about that. You make this, you crochet this little dress here, and see, she is dirty because she's seen a lot of shit, you know, over the years because she has sat in my bathroom for years. And I used a full doll for this. Some people just use a half doll. I used a full doll. That way you could put her inside of the toilet paper, pull the dress over, and then sight unseen. And you set this on the back of your toilet. Decorating made easy. Hiding toilet paper made easy. No longer will your family members have to go into the bathroom and think of Aunt Helen blowing up the bathroom. All they'll think is, wow, that's a cute little doll in there wearing a cute purple dress. Yeah, her eyes might look kind of weird, demonic, spooky, scary, like she's sleeping, she never blinks. If you move her head just right, she blinks. You want people to be thinking about this cute doll and not Aunt Helen's bowel movements. Or even Uncle Roger. Because you know everybody's got an Uncle Roger that every time he goes in the bathroom, he won't turn on the fan for some reason. It's like, turn on the fan, Roger. You know you're going to blast. And the rest of the family, it's Thanksgiving. The rest of the family can't go in the bathroom for 2 or 3 hours because Roger has completely destroyed the toilet. I mean, there's just particles everywhere in there. But all that to say, Crystal's Creations LLC.com is featuring products just like this. Get your very own toilet paper cover so you never have to think about Aunt Helen's butthole again. And that's our creation for this week. Hopefully you have enjoyed this week on Miss Crystal's podcast program. I know I went down some weird avenues. Went down some dark roads. And that's my energy. And that will teach Aiden a lesson. Because Aiden, I kept explaining to him, look, I don't like to record before 5 p.m. because I'm not fully awake. My brain isn't, you know how some teenagers' brains don't fully develop till they're in their 20s? That's me. I don't fully develop as a human being till it's about 5 p.m. So you saw a version of Miss Crystal that was not fine-tuned. You saw a Crystal that's angry because she didn't sleep. You saw a Crystal that is a little unhinged. She doesn't have all her what's it called? Social cues. She doesn't have her call it masking. You know, I'm good at masking before 5 p.m. It's like you're going to get what you're going to get because Miss Crystal had 3 hours of sleep, and that's with a CPAP. That's not good. And I'm menopausal. It's like, whoa. But because I extend to you all grace, forgiveness, and love, I think that you will extend that to me for this episode. And not judge me harshly for the bad things that I said today. And going forward, I will try to be more conscious about not bullying children and people at Walmart who want me to put my card up my scooter. But I appreciate y'all. I don't have a song today. That's how dark I am. I don't have a song. Maybe I do. Maybe I have one in me. It's the time to stop. And I hope you won't be mad at me. My name is Miss Crystal. And I hope you won't be mad at me. See you next time, everybody. I love y'all. Thank you. And may you be blessed beyond your comprehension. Goodbye.